everyone, I'm Ken Reels, and welcome to This Anime Book Club, the only book club here on This Anime Podcast where we still talk anime past, present, and future, all with the exclamation of This Anime. And this is your This Anime Book Club for winter 2021. Hey guys, welcome to our very first episode here on This Anime Book Club. Again, things are very nebulous in terms of what we're building here on the book club. Again, the intro will probably change. Not the intro, me speaking. It's more the music. Planning to commission someone to do some music for the shows. But yeah, this is the whole point of the book club, is to take the idea of the anime book club that kind of faded into existence on the main show and bring that concept to here. The whole point is we want to cover shows that are long form, like not necessarily a not necessarily a one core series or a two core series. I kind of want to cover stuff that is multiple cores, multiple seasons even of anime into one show. And the idea is we would cover a full season of the anime for the 3-month period. And yeah, that's kind of the idea of what this anime book club is. And in order to do that, I actually had to vacate that idea for this one specific episode because I only had 2 months to work with. So we're covering Phi Brain Season 2, the second half of it, which covers episodes 14 all the way to 25. And I absolutely think that this show has gone from being a show that I absolutely go, this is bad, to going, holy shit, I am really invested in this. I actually really enjoy this to such a degree that I can't stop watching it. Like, I binged this is such a bingeable show. Of all the shows that I've covered on this podcast, this is the most bingeable show, period. Like, you can just put this on and you'll be absolutely engrossed. I honestly think that this would do banger on Netflix. Like, genuinely banger on Netflix. If this were to get put up on Netflix, like, holy shit, people would go like, what the frick is this show? How did I not notice this? Like, seriously, if you put this show on Netflix, people will binge the fuck out of it. Like, they'll binge all 3 seasons. Easy. And I think that might be the plan that Sunrise is doing, because Sunrise has already pulled the streaming rights to season 1 and season 2 from Funimation, from literally everything, Crunchyroll and High Dive as well. Sentai Filmworks did do the dub, but I don't know who technically owns the rights to the dub. It's nebulous, so I'm not sure about the rights of everything. But honestly, this is single-handedly one of the coolest shows I have ever found on this for this podcast, and I'm so glad that I'm now addicted to it. And we will cover season 3 on this anime book club. Probably not immediately, but we will end up covering season 3 and close out our Phi Brain talk. But yeah, we're going to be talking about the second half of season 2. Now, where we left off in season 2, we had our class president leave after a very, very good episode. And now we're back to the main plot, the battle against Free Cell and the Orpheus Order. And the big thing that comes through in this series is that the Orpheus Order is, well, I'm not saying that they're badly written compared to some of the other things that happen in season 1. I think they're better written, especially Free Cell. Free Cell actually has more character in this second half than he does in the first half. In the first half, it's so bonkers. Like it's just explaining like why is this so goddamn confusing? And then you start to piece everything together, and it's like, oh, okay, so the amulets of Orpheus actually make people go crazy. Like they keep bouncing between two parts of thought. And as a result, their motivations are so skewed because you're at one moment they're going to say something, and then at the other moment they're going to say the exact opposite. And in a way, the show actually does explain itself in this second half, because it's just like you have these villains that are just like saying one thing and then saying something completely different 20 seconds later, and you're just going, what the fuck? It doesn't, the show in the grand scheme of things does explain why the characters are doing what they're doing. It's just, it takes fucking forever. So it's good, but it's not perfect. It's similar to what we did a couple of last year when we covered Fractal. It doesn't explain itself until it's real late in the show. But since this is season 2, you're kind of in it for the long haul. You know that this is going to eventually, like, you're already invested in the characters. So you kind of just like are rolling with the punches, as it were. And as a result, you kind of like, you're still enjoying yourself watching it, even though you're going like, what the fuck is going on? I don't understand what the fuck is going on. And then this show, I thought was going to jump, like I thought the show had already jumped the shark, but then it gets even stupider. At one point, we have Rook come back into the play, and I need to find the actual episode. Yeah, episode 15. So Melancholy, who actually gets more to do than just like a lot of the other members of the Orpheus Order get more to do in the second half of the season than they did in the first half. In the first half, they were kind of just like, I think Doubt was the only one that actually had something to do in the first half of the season when he kidnaps Galileo's sister. But like he actually like every single character is actually doing more. Like Melancholy, who at this point in episode 15 of this, she finds this little girl playing with a dog, and the dog's very intelligent. And then she cons the kid with the dog to face off against Rook in a puzzle. And there is a line that is absolutely stupid, and I actually screenshotted it and tweeted it out, and it's just so dumb. I'm like, what the hell? This is like I thought the show had jumped the shark before, but no, this is jumping the shark to a new level. Yeah, that's right. Your opponent is none other than this dog. So you face off, like the show is, you're facing off against a dog. Like that is the battle of the episode, is Rook versus a dog. Like, it's so dumb. It's super, super dumb on every imaginable level. I can't begin to describe my just dumbfoundedness when I saw that subtitle. I'm like, what the hell? You're gonna face off against the dog. Are you kidding? What? It is by far the stupidest thing that this show has done. And this show is full of stupid shit. Yeah, that kind of takes the cake of dumb shit. Hands down. Hands down, the dumbest thing ever on this show is Rook versus the dog in episode 15. And then actually Melancholy gets more to do, and you actually get in episode 17 you actually figure out what the hell's going on with like why Free Cell's going flip-floppy all the time with stuff. 16 is also a really good episode because it's an Anna episode, and Anna has gotten kind of sidelined a little bit in this season. They haven't gotten much to do, and as a result, it's kind of disappointing for me because I love Anna. Anna is great. They're one of those characters that I have seen where I'm just like, oh, they're just so joyous every time they're on screen. And you can tell the animators had fun, especially during the finale, like during the wrap up at the end of the finale of the season. Anna is like just shoveling sweets into their mouth, and it's just so great, like absolutely great and absolutely hilarious. And like honestly, episode 16 is the only real moment in this season where Anna gets to like shine, because their sister comes back. Anna's sister comes back, Eve, and Eve kind of goes, all right, I want revenge because you surpassed me in your skills. And it ate away at me inside because you were more successful than I was. And that just like, ooh, that's so good. That is so good. I love these kinds of stories about artists, and again, just like the feeling of dread and the idea like someone else is better than me. I'm not as good as them, and just keep comparing themselves to other people. And that is exactly what just hits me in my soul. Recreators did that to such a degree where Recreators is in my top 10 favorite anime of all time, specifically because of that. This show, that episode stands out to me specifically from this second half because of that. And then we get to kind of like the return. We do get a return of another character from season 1, the one of the ousted members of the POG back when they were evil in the first season, Mr. Twirly Mustache, long-haired dude, whose name is absolutely fucking escaping me, but he's basically just he's resident dipshit. So resident dipshit has been running the Orpheus Order for a couple episodes, and then he tries to gets to try and screw them over himself with his own puzzle, and they solve it. He gets pissed and tries to cheat, and basically Kaito absolutely tries to show him mercy, but he ain't having any of that. He kind of does want to accept Kaito's responsibility, but the ring has basically possessed him so much that he ends up activating a bomb, blowing everything up, and collapsing this room with him and Kaito in it. And then this episode after that, episode 19, Free Cell with Nonaha goes to try and rescue Kaito. And we get kind of Free Cell actually explaining his motivations and everything, and then also showing that the Orpheus Bangle is actually screwing with him just as much, and he's absolutely it just absolutely messes with him too much, and what he needs to actually be saved. And then he ends up getting so smart that the actual fake ring that he has is actually turns into a real one. I'm not kidding. That is an actual plot point. He has used the power so much, and it's so pure that he turns the fake one into a real one. Okay, like that's a whole nother level of stupid. At this point, we have fought a dog. I just ran with it. It's so dumb. It really is. This, like, you read this, and I talk to you on mic about the things that go on in this show that are so stupid, but god dang it, is it entertaining. It is, like, on paper, it just sounds stupid. I explain it. It sounds stupid. You watch it, you're actually enjoying yourself. I don't know. It's one of those weird shows where it's like, this shouldn't work, yet it does. I cannot believe the pitch meetings for this show, because holy shit, is this just crazy. It sounds stupid. It's like explaining it to someone. It sounds stupid, but somehow it actually works and is entertaining and enjoyable. And it's so weird. It's just one of those weird shows that works so goddamn well. And so we get to the point here where, all right, we end up dealing with all this, and then we finally see the leader of the Orpheus Order, and the leader of the Orpheus Order is Klondike. Klondike is a generic businessman who wants to rule the world. That is his motivation. He wants to rule the world, and he wants to use the Orpheus ring to become God. And by doing so, he will then rule the world with an iron fucking fist. That is his fucking point. It is so dumb. It's it's just stupid. It's absolutely stupid. When you introduce a villain so dumb like this, you're going, okay, what the hell is going on? And then we get the friggin' stupid ass bit where he beats Kaito in a he beats Kaito at a puzzle, but only because he cheats, because he activates a field and basically takes the basically amplifies Kaito's brainwaves and puts it into his Orpheus ring to become a complete ring. It's so dumb. It, like, okay, fine, whatever, we're rolling with it. And it's also revealed that Melancholy has been actually the only member of the Orpheus Order that actually has a real ring. Everyone else's rings are all bullshit. And also the other members of the Orpheus Order, they're all fake. All their fake rings end up getting shattered eventually. So they join with our heroes in the POG. So they're all together. They're all on the good side. Melancholy's the only one that's on the bad side here. And we've introduced Klondike. The next episode, we have them face off. We have Klondike, just them trying to capture Klondike and destroy his ring. Nope, he's one step ahead of them every single time, and he ends up getting away, only to run into Free Cell, who immediately whoops his ass and steals his final ring. That is the fucking plot point. So we have introduced our main bad guy on top of the bad guy we have known for this whole time, and he gets completely mollywopped by the bad guy we've known since the beginning of the season. Okay, fine. It's just like, all right, you introduce, oh, this is the big bad. Nope. The one we've been dealing with all along is the big bad. Just really, come on. It feels like this is like shown. This is like writer's notes, where it's just like, why did you introduce this character in the you had this guy pulling the strings this whole time, and then you're just gonna say, no, the dude that we have been dealing with this whole time, he is not the big bad. This guy is. Psych. It's this. It's still Free Cell. It just the writing of the show is really bad. It's bad. It's bad writing, but god damn, did I enjoy the fuck out of it. It's so fucking good. And at the end here, the end of this season, we have Kaito versus the big bad. The previous episode, we finally get Free Cell's full fucking story, the actual full story here. That Free Cell's mother was actually the original test subject for the fake ring. And his mother ends up going insane. All right, and that explains why Free Cell's actual thoughts of his mother and his memories of his mother were so flip-floppy, because in reality, that's exactly what was going on. His mom was being flip-floppy. And then he's got the Orpheus ring on, so he's going flip-floppy as well. So it's just flip-floppy on flip-floppy. And it's absolutely bonkers. just me explaining is just like flip floppy on flip floppy. Absolutely, like this whole plot contrivance of this season has been absolutely stupid. It's stupid, and thank gosh this stuff was. We're at the end of the season. And we have this battle in the fucking Himalayas because why the fuck not? We've been globetrotting this whole time. We might as well go to the friggin' Himalayas. We haven't gone there yet to battle Free Cell in this puzzle of like chase me around around this idea. The idea is it's a square. It's two it's two like square mazes. Everything's interconnected, and I think it's like six or seven. It's like I think it's like an 8x8 grid, and you have dots in every single corner, and that in every single spot. And the idea is you're chasing everyone. You can't see your opponent. The only thing is each every time you hit like a circle point, like a point, it'll tell you which direction they went last. Whether it went down whether he went right to left or north or up or down. And your idea is to just be able to meet each other at the exact same point and win the puzzle. And Free Cell ends up bringing Kaito into a loop. And Kaito basically snaps out of it and goes like, no, we're not going to do that. I'm going to beat this. I'm going to solve this puzzle and beat you. And like you feel like Free Cell is just like full crazy at this point. He's absolutely lost it. And he's just like, no, I don't want this puzzle to end. I want to be with you. I want to be with you, Kaito, forever and continue this puzzle forever, because he basically just is sending Kaito in a loop, and Kaito's following it in a loop. And Kaito finally snaps out of it and is just like, no, this is stupid. Why the fuck am I doing this? And Kaito just snaps out of it. All right, we're going to solve this puzzle. And then Free Cell is completely soulless after his ring shatters. And the little pendant he had is actually like a puzzle that he hasn't solved from his mother. And Kaito ends up helping him solve the puzzle at the end. And that's what breaks him from his like comatose spell. And what's in it's like this like little ball in the center, and the ball in the center, if when he holds it up to the light, it's a picture of his mother and him as a little kid. And it hit me hard in the feels, and it really did a good job at it stuck the landing. Like this season definitely stuck the landing on its payoff. Like it paid off everything, and it even paid off at the end where Nonoha's in the beginning of the season was kind of bitching at Kaito. Why are you solving these puzzles of fools by yourself? We're all part of this. We should be doing this together. And Kaito actually at the end of the season relents and goes like, no, we're all gonna go and solve all these remaining Puzzles of Fools. And that's how the season ends. Obviously, they had already gotten a season 3 at the time of this. When this series came out, they were like, all right, we're going to be back next year for another season. And that was... And yeah, that's season 2 of Phi Brain. Honestly, it stuck the landing. It really did stick the landing, and I was really surprised that it did stick the landing. And yeah, I'm looking forward to watching season 3. Kind of finish out this absolute bonkers of a show. And the plan is to do that by the end of the year. So by the end of the year, we're going to be doing that on our anime book club. So next time on this anime book club, we're actually going to do a deep dive. We're going to be covering the entirety of Revolutionary Girl Utena. So for the record, that is 39 episodes, plus a movie. We're not going to cover the movie yet. The movie, I think we are going to cover on a main show. Because, yeah. And one of the big things about this show that you might not know is one of the directors that we have covered on this anime in general worked on Revolutionary Girl Utena. And that is Mamoru Hosoda. That's right. Mamoru Hosoda was a storyboard artist on this series. And yeah, it's going to be interesting to see the episodes that he took a part in and kind of what he does with that, and how that relates to his works in the present day. But yeah, that is going to be it for this anime book club. Thank you guys for listening. Follow me on Twitter at KenReels. Follow the podcast at ThisAnimePod. ThisAnimePodcast.com is where you can find the show, as well as you can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever you friggin' get your podcasts. We're probably on there. But yeah, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you guys. And I will see you guys in July for another This Anime Book Club, where we cover Revolutionary Girl Utena. See you guys then. Thank you for listening to This Anime.
Okay, master. Let's kill the whole.
No. If anything, just like us on Facebook. Go to facebook.com/thisanimepodcast. Follow the podcast on Twitter at thisanimepod, or comment on our episode posts over at thisanimepodcast.com. That's This Anime Podcast on Facebook, at thisanimepod on Twitter, and thisanimepodcast.com.
Yes. Oh my god.
This Anime is available on Stitcher, Spotify, iTunes, and Google Play/podcasts. If you're listening on one of those platforms, please consider subscribing, rating, and or reviewing on those platforms to help us grow. Every time you do so, it helps This Anime take over